Howdy y'all, Dean Stilley here from the official home of unofficial Grateful Dead and music news, reporting on night 8 from Dead & Company's summer tour at SPAC, and we got some great memories from Saratoga. There's one that you gotta put your ears to if you're new to the music. That's 6/18/83. That one is just a roaster, and you want to hear that. It's one of those mystical shows. It doesn't seem as though a soundboard exists. You can find some good audience tapes. I've heard chatter before that there's a mystical soundboard that really didn't get circulated much, but anyway, I don't know if that's true or not. I just know that that show you want to check out. The first half of the second set, Scarlet Fire playing. Scarlet Fire, you get a half hour of Scarlet Fire, you get 20 minutes of playing. It's damn near 50 minutes just smoking music that starts off the second set. And I don't know if there's not a clean copy or something. But back then, maybe they were between reel and tapes. I don't know if it was maybe just not a clean copy. Maybe it might not even fit on one tape. I don't know why. It doesn't seem as though a soundboard exists, but that'd be a good release if one does. You want to check that out. The do is legendary. It's the last 4 minutes of that do is Garcia and the band going just from a whisper to just an absolute hurricane of sound. Phil's dropping bombs that shake the universe, and that's one that you want to check out. 6/18/83. And so anyway, there's your little piece of Grateful Dead musical history. We're in Saratoga, and it's 2018. It's the Great Snooze Fest at Saratoga, and the show starts off, we get Jack Straw. We're about a minute into Jack Straw. I see my friend Dana up front. She's banging her head like she's at Ozfest. When Dana's happy, I'm happy. So that's the high water mark of the night for me. Love you, Dana. Love to see you having a blast there up front. So you get Jack Straw. That goes. Easy Wins next, and Easy Wins great on Mayer. He does a great job with that one. Changed his guitar halfway through. I thought he might have broke a string or something, but nobody came to fix it, so I guess it wasn't a broken string. Anyway, that was just fine. I was concerned because Kreutzmann didn't have his hat on, and that made me concerned right away with the direction of the night. No hat on Kreutzmann, so there might be something to be said for the magic in that hat. Anyway, we get Friend of the Devil next, and it seems to me the slower Jack Straw goes, the faster Friend of the Devil goes. So by the end of this tour, Friend of the Devil's going to be a metal song, and Jack Straw will be a lullaby. That's the way that seems like that's going. Anyway, you get Minglewood next, and I'm sure everyone liked hearing Weir say T for Saratoga. That probably made everybody happy and scream a little bit. You got Ship of Fools next. That one just sailed down a cool sea. And of all the great tunes that Weir has in his repertoire, we get stuff like Easy Answers and Now Karina. And I'm sure there's people that were just absolutely over the moon that Weir sang Karina. I'm sure there's probably people waiting in traffic outside the venue, trying to get out of the parking lot now, still talking about how Weir sang Karina. So for those people, I'm truly happy. That Cassidy closes the set. Cassidy's probably one of Weir's best first set tunes, and so no one's going to complain about a Cassidy closer. That one's always good. Anyway, we're in Saratoga, so my expectations are really high. I'm thinking they're going to come out and just annihilate it for the second set. So they take the stage, and I'm excited at the edge of my seat, and they play The Wait. And I know some of you are just crazy about The Wait, but if you ask me, I don't know how 6 outstanding musicians can make a song like The Wait sound so bad. It was terrible. I know. You love it. You think it's great. It's wonderful for you. If you ask me, this is sounds like a high school band at the Battle of the Bands playing The Wait, and they came in 5th. They placed 5th. Anyway, that's about what the wait's like. Well, you get trucking next, and there's nothing wrong with trucking. Trucking just trucks along just fine. Into He's Gone, which was alright, and the new Speedway just kind of clunks along. There's not much interesting happening at this point, and I'm still wondering if I'm touring with this band, or I'm starting to wonder, maybe I'm really touring with Bill's hat. Maybe that's really what I'm chasing. So I don't know. Anyway, the Uncle John's, there's a bright spot in this thing. It's Uncle John's. Uncle John's found some great places and some very interesting jams in that. That one got electric, and then at the end of that, that started reminding me, those jams were kind of like Cal Expo in '91. They did the Estimated Supplication Uncle John's. Those jams started getting, there was Supplication in there, maybe Lazy Lightning. I'm thinking this whole thing's going to turn around in a hurry. This is going to be a show we're going to talk about for a long, long time. And no, it just kind of it fell into drums, which wasn't even very drummy, and into space, which really wasn't very spacey. And then coming out of space, so there's Weir again. We're hearing Lazy Lightning, and I'm thinking, here we go. We're turning this thing around. We're making SPAC one of the most memorable nights of the tour by playing Lazy Lightning. No, they just finished Uncle John's, and then you get White Peter. And White Peter, if you ask me, Weir's just terrible on. He's got no business singing that song. It was awful all the way through. I tried to scream his way out of it at the end. Try to just scream it good, but if you ask me, it just sounded like somebody screaming in a coffin that had already been closed. The jams were anemic. There was nothing at all good about Black Peter. You get Good Lovin's next, and Good Lovin's fun, but it was fairly uneventful. It was just played. There wasn't too many interesting things to be found in Good Lovin'. A happy song, and that's great. Fairly uninspired. Touch of Grey closes the show. I'm sure if you were there, you had to be there, right? It was the greatest thing in the world. If you were there and hopped up with all your friends, there's still no better place to be than a Dead & Company show, regardless of what's going on. But if you ask me, tonight was the great Snooze Fest in Saratoga. So anyway, I'm sure a lot of y'all thought it was just wonderful, and for you, I'm happy. We'll talk to everybody after Hartford. Love you long time. Talk to you soon.